Great morning, Camel Tribe. Let's talk about the discipline to believe in this spiritual journey. If you're getting these videos, you're trying in some way to expand your spiritual life and bring the unseen into the seen. And I admit sometimes it's a struggle. I have to remind myself sometimes daily that I'm not a human being having a spiritual experience, but that you and I are in fact spiritual beings of light having a human experience. Life is a strange and wondrous tale, and belief is so vital for our journey, my friends. It's the simple magic that transforms even the darkest valleys into green pastures and makes the tallest mountains scalable. With belief, we can do anything, but without it, our chances of success are almost nil. Confucius taught us long ago that the man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. Why, you might ask? It's the power of belief. Because in the end, belief is a lantern in the dark. It doesn't show us the whole path. Sometimes it's only enough for us to take the next step forward. But without it, we're in the dark. Every direction is shrouded. And it's impossible for us to get from this room in life to the larger and more spacious one that we're meant to live if we would but walk through the door. If you've been watching, you know I like to use stories to illustrate the topics of these videos. And while this story isn't necessarily spiritual, it does show us the necessity to keep being disciplined in our spiritual walk. Now, that movie, it's Rocky. Rocky Balboa was a dreamer who believed when no one else did. He wasn't born great. He was just a man with fists and grit and faith that refused to be diminished. When the world told him that he was nothing, Rocky just laced up his gloves and he stepped into that arena. Not to win, but to prove to himself that he could endure. His journey wasn't about titles or trophies. It was about facing the impossible with a heart too stubborn to quit, a will to keep moving forward. Belief carried Rocky when strength or skill couldn't. And we too can struggle on our spiritual path. But if we're disciplined in some form of daily routine, be it prayer, meditation, reading spiritual literature, we can overcome despite the odds, despite the opponent, despite the weakness of our physical bodies. Because after all, the greatest opponent you will ever face is yourself. Now get up, dust off, and lace up. Come fight this fight with me. Today, let's pause and let's write down one struggle that looms before you in your spiritual practice, like an intimidating opponent. It could be laziness. I don't want to get up too early. It could be lack of belief that God hears my prayers, or maybe it's just a fear of not being in control of this journey, not wanting to surrender to God's will. Maybe you haven't been spiritual at all. If you truly want to strengthen your belief today, then I encourage you to write down the struggle that you're having. This simple act of writing it down is belief in action. It's not the belief in the outcome, but the belief in God's plan and your journey, and the sacred promise that every step forward keeps you in the arena with the chance for greatness. Belief, it's our soul's most powerful weapon. It whispers to us when we falter that this is not the end. Trust the road, even when it's only dimly lit. So hold on to that feeling, Camel Tribe. Carry your light no matter how dark the path ahead may be, with confidence. All right. So, as we say, onward into the unknown and into the next leg of our 30-day journey. I love you.